Sky's the limit. Supreme King, influential reasons, sight father, motivation, determination, resiliency. The race ain't given to the swift or the strong, to the one who endures. We from Cincinnati, Ohio. We the last. We gonna be first. Dealing with human liberation.
I do this shit so you can feel it. I'm guarding all my beans, can't afford to lose this feeling. I'm war ready, but
On that note, that's Supreme King. That's a dope song. You know, I'm feeling that. Basically, I'm Sight Father. I'm on influential reasons. We in Cincinnati, Ohio. We the last to get in this game, but we get in it for life. I got an urgent mission that I want to talk to the young people about, Young Nation. This is like the State of the Young Nation address. I need y'all to know y'all the future right now. If y'all can bring y'all mind into singularity and understand who y'all are and y'all authenticity, y'all don't have to chase the bag, y'all can become the bag. My purpose is to be one of the chosen from Generation X to help identify and eradicate the destructive behavioral lifestyle habits that we taught y'all, that we put into the culture, that we fed y'all. And in doing that, I also want to carry the sins of Generation X that we passed down, the sins of the fathers. Apologize, ask for forgiveness. Ladies, y'all very important to us. And y'all not falling off the porch is very important to us. It ain't never too late. Right now, what we speaking is a lot of single ladies and ladies out here homeless, living in the streets, sleeping in the streets with so-called mental health issues. My company called Mental Wealth. And my concept is I believe that y'all, or our natural intelligence, is far surpasses AI. For one thought, it takes 12 watts out of our brain. AI take 2.5 billion watts. So I don't want y'all to become consumed with all the information to where y'all can't concentrate on the foundational issue of y'all self. And in doing that, Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Mental wealth is an avenue to do that. We can give you individual tailored curriculum, no matter what, suicide, depression, postpartum, anything. All of those diagnoses to me really don't exist. I'm 58. When I was 8, it was only 4 mental health orders. Now it's 459 and more. Out of 22,000 breaths, we manifest start with each breath. Our vagus nervous system don't realize that we keep ourselves in alarm by the way we think. So we here to address self-defeating thoughts, self-defeating habits, and self-defeating actions. If you're authentic, your hurt should be 4,000. What's your authentic? And in doing that, I need y'all to understand we're dealing with some spiritual wickedness in high places right now, particularly who president and this war in Iran, this war on brown people and melanated people. And the lies is selling to our face at the top of our government, the worst people between the synagogue of Satan, Bibi Netanyahu, and Donald Trump, and then the followers that's in America, about 77 million people at this point. And I'm talking to the young nation because y'all neutral, y'all can just go with the truth. Y'all can know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Y'all don't have to go with the marketing, the programming. For instance, they say the Republicans is conservative, yet we spending $2 billion a day on this war for nothing. It's illegal war. We stealing people oil, you know, and basically we let the, I'm gonna say this, we let a certain man reveal the true nature of their savage thievery and barbarianness by being in this century, going stealing oil, killing the leaders of other countries, or unaliving the leaders of other countries, and basically just, you know, forcing our power and our pride, but at the same time, the sins of those same people, the children, cry out for justice. So we here in Cincinnati, we want to help liberate the human race by helping people liberate their minds and understand not worshiping Mark Zuckerberg or TikTok, which is owned by ByteDance and some other Israelis and Donald Trump now, just to get our information there to market and program lies to us. young generation, y'all so precious, but the destructive behavior habits that y'all developed and inherited must stop. As a father generation, we didn't pass to y'all money, inheritance, and so on and so forth. We failed in a lot of issues, a lot of ways. Now y'all up. And unfortunately, you know, the state of the world is on y'all hands. And so I'm here to let y'all know as Sight Father that you got a father's heart that wants the best for you. And if you need wisdom or guidance, you can hit up Influential Reasons, Supreme King over there. He got a whole podcast going that's dealing with deep and depth issues of mental wealth, self-identity, self-affirmation, self-identification, and entrepreneurship. Ladies, we love y'all. Y'all beautiful. Y'all don't chase the bag no more. Y'all became the bag. And y'all dealing with y'all issues and y'all getting rid of y'all bitterness. And that's to be admired. And so just keep it up. You know, hit up Supreme King. We got tailored curriculum. We give you your own assessments. It's all original. And basically, my arc is to take out psychology, sociology, pharmaceutical, mental health. Mental health can get mental health, but mental health scares. Because you don't have to speak those conditions into your existence. Anxiety don't have to exist. Don't worry about the future. Depression don't have to exist. Get up. Don't be lazy. Do something. We got to take our thoughts into captivity, arrest them, and bring them under submission to what our truth is. And on one last note, I'm gonna need y'all to peel back and look at where y'all trauma started from. You gotta address that because that's where the healing begins. If you can deal, you can heal. Other than that, on another note, we got wars going on, there's people being bombed, there's kids being killed. So in your situation, be content. Want more, but be content so that you can be grateful. We don't want to complain because complaining shrink the hippocampus. It releases cortisol and block the neural pathways. You got fight, fear, freeze. And we making that repetitious in our thinking so we never can relax and take deep breaths. Sometimes you just got to reset. Ladies, I'm going to need y'all to stop fighting. I'm going to need y'all to stop bickering. I'm going to need y'all to deal with who's speaking to y'all in y'all brain. Is it demons? Is it angels? You know, men, I'm not addressing y'all right now because y'all a little bit hard-headed and it's a war going on out here in the streets, you know. And so, you know, on that note, you know, I ain't gonna speak too much on that. Anyway, shout out to Supreme King, Influential Reasons. You know, he motivated me to bring out the 32-year-old Rollie Timex. You know, he got the little diamonds and stuff for my granddaughter. You know, little, you know, flip colors on you. And on that note, you know, Gen Z, forgive us, you know what I mean? We grew up outside, we grew up, you know, healing ourselves, you know. We grew up getting hooked with stitching cords and telephone cords, you know. And so we had to work that out of our lives, out of y'all lives. So we want to heal any hurt and harm that we caused and the intensity that we might have caused. And the indifference, you know, the abandonment that you might feel. It wasn't the purpose, you know. And so on that note, I want to say that love covers a multitude of sins. So forgive us for that. Again, Sight Father from Cincinnati. I'm standing in front of this system because we need a stimulus. And our stimulus, we're going to take it's a $6 trillion industry, mental health, psychiatry, psychology, and all of. So we're going to take a piece of that industry and we're going to divide that with the nation. And that's going to be our stimulus. Again, thanks. Shout out to Sight Father. Shout out to Supreme King, Influential Reasons, the Sight Father. I'm rocking the Rollie time.
The Rollie out, man.
I'm off the bench on some Jordan shit, you know.
Before you end that Sight Father, I got a question I want you to touch on for the people.
What's that?
It's about lost spirits and the downfall of humanity. What's your take on that?
All right, the downfall of humanity is at its crescendo. It's at its apex. It's about to burst. Right now, the sheep is being separated from the goat. The Creator, He gonna let the weeds grow with the tares. He gonna let the good seed grow with the bad, and there's gonna be a separation. What's the separation? Young Generation Z, there's no new demons. Demons is ancient and old. There ain't no new baby ones, no new demons. So when the fallen angels, the Watchers, mixed up with the humans and had babies and women, and they had hybrids. They called them Nephilim. They had a civil war, and the children of the Nephilim killed each other, murdered each other off after they was cannibalizing and eating humans and all that. When they murdered and killed each other off, their spirits just wandered. Their spirits always seek a body. So you got the spirits of the Nephilim still out here dealing with now. That's who you got controlling Magda, which is the 5th level of Satanic Church, as an example of all that Illuminati and child, mess and all that stuff Epstein found. But on our note, what I want y'all to concentrate on is the human ladies that courted these fallen angels. Their spirits was intertwined with that too. So when the women that wouldn't date the regular men on earth but dated these fallen angels, their spirits went out seeking bodies too. And they call them sirens. You hear the police siren, you hear the ambulance siren, you hear a warning siren. When you hear a siren, that mostly means warning. But picture like a beautiful woman out in the middle of the ocean looking like she need help. Or a woman that's walking through this neighborhood and she is beautiful downtown. But if she got the spirit of a siren, she beckoning you for your downfall. And unfortunately, it's marketable and profitable for our young ladies to use that because the algorithm is paying for that right now. The Sire Father and the Father's heart won't want you to dangle yourself sexually. Basically, women, if a man gets your attention sexually, he's not going to pay attention to your mental. He's not going to pay attention to your brain, so to speak. So y'all got to make a character choices. Are y'all going to be physical or are y'all going to be spiritual? And so I'm not knocking nobody. I love Sexy Red. I love all the hot chicks, all the baddies, because that's just the lust in men. But the Father's heart, we want y'all to be chaste and put yourself up and get married and raise y'all children, or raise, be examples of women. But yeah, so them spirits are still floating around here. They ain't no old, no new spirits. It's demons, it's captains, it's lieutenants, and it's the spiritual forces of wickedness on high levels. That's why we got this war. That's why a lot of things are going down in Vice in our city. And the algorithm pays for Vice. And a lot of artists try to get on with Vice. But we come in and represent character. So, we going against the grain. And so on that note, the fire of holding your character will make you suffer because at the end of the day, for now, this is the devil's kingdom. But we still blessed because the kingdom of God is within us. You know what I'm saying? So we here in the world, but we're not of the world. But we got static going on because of who we created ourselves to be, whether it's sexual, whether it's violence, whether it's thug, whether it's this or that. And we off our authentic path. That's what mental wealth is all about, helping you understand your natural intelligence so you can get in your authentic path and then manifest your glory. And in the meantime, to the demons, we say the Lord rebuke you, and we say Dom, D-O-M. And to the ladies and the men, we want to ask you, who you listening to? Who guarding your thoughts? And we want you to arrest them thoughts that come against the God in you. We want to arrest them thoughts that come against the God in you. We want to not be gossiping. Don't pay attention to them podcasts that be gossiping. We ain't got no time for that. That's witchcraft. That's tearing down character of people we don't know. That's a fire. That's an abomination. And it's happening from the top of our country at the president level. I ain't gonna say president. At the predator level, super predator level of the United States, the super predator of the United States, on down to our podcast. And this is my last challenge. Anybody from Generation X and 30 years before Generation X, the baby boom generation. If you chosen, come to the table. Let me see your pedigree. You're gonna look at our bodies of our life's work and the arc of our work to see really who's credible to talk to generations, see who got the purest heart, who got the purest motive, and who did the math on everything to become relevant with how to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery through your own natural intelligence, mental wealth. Shout out to Supreme King, the Sire Father, Influential Reason. Shout out to TT. Shout out to all the ladies out there. I ain't saying your name, there's so many of y'all, but we love y'all. Y'all large. Mwah.
I chopped it up with MJ. MJ to get some mental wealth. He said to chop